Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. Your colleagues at the office finishes 8 hours work before lunch. Fellow creators create videos in minutes. Your friend launches a business without hiring anyone. They did not become smarter overnight. Nothing magical happened. They simply learned how to use artificial intelligence while you're still doing everything manually. Look, many people are afraid of artificial intelligence, not because AI is evil, but because they don't understand AI. AI is not your competitor. Ignorance is. Today, AI is changing how businesses are done, changing a whole lot of sectors. School, research, how presentation is done, how ordinary people write emails and work every other day, how people create businesses. Yet, millions of people are still afraid of AI because they think AI is for programmers. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. In today's video, I am going to show you what AI is, why it matters, and how ordinary people are using AI every day to change their lives, and how you can change your life with AI today, even if you have never touched any AI tools. Hello, everyone. I am Emmanuela Emmanuel. Welcome to Living Without Borders. Here we help ordinary people build extraordinary life through entrepreneurship, digital tools, and online business. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel because weekly I will be simplifying AI and digital tools in a way that even a 10-year-old can understand. My goal is not to impress you with technical language or jargon. My goal is to make AI as simple as possible so that you don't only become confident using AI, but you become a professional in using AI. Let's take the ride together. AI is a computer system that can perform tasks that normally requires human intelligence. Now, assuming this is your brain, this is the human brain with so much activities going in, so much stuff being stored in the brain, so many things. So, this is the human brain, which is the real intelligence, the undiluted divine intelligence. And artificial intelligence acts in place of, not in place, or rather, okay, in place of human and trying to perform those tasks that human would normally perform. Tasks like writing, translating, analyzing, summarizing, creating, presentation, um, research, and so many other things you can think of. But notice one thing: AI doesn't think like human. It predicts, meaning it has learned pattern from the enormous information stored in it by human. So think of AI like this. Think of AI as hiring the smartest personal assistant, knowledgeable, widely knowledgeable, never gets tired, never complains, work 24 hours a day, can do multiple things at the same time, not being paid. Yet, this is the smartest personal assistant you can ever think of. But the irony of it all is that AI can perform all these duties only by human input, right? only by your own input, meaning that AI is useless without the human input. So, what gives it its usefulness is the input that you store, just like you store things in the human brain. The same way you store informations, you store things, a lot of things happening at the same time. The same way is how information is stored in the artificial brain. That is why learning prompting or learning conversation is more important than learning any AI tools. Once you know how to hold a meaningful conversation with artificial intelligence, you will what you can achieve with it is unimaginable. Now let's go to the practical aspect of it. Now that you know what artificial intelligence is, the next will be, why should everyone learn artificial intelligence? Yes, artificial intelligence is important for everyone to learn. Students, employees, business owners, parents, churches, non-profit organization, everyone needs AI. For instance, for students need AI for research, deeper research, for understanding of even the topic at hand. I remember some time ago when I took up studies at the university. Coming from Africa, I didn't understand how things were done or how the academic system works in the US. My first 2 weeks in school was a disaster, total disaster. But with the help of my personal intelligence, I was able to bring this to my personal intelligence, the challenges I was facing, the course I am doing. I didn't know discussion, assignments. I didn't just understand anything. I was missing deadlines and so on. But after I brought everything to my artificial intelligence, each topic I'll come, we'll talk. The artificial intelligence will break it down for me to understand. After the first 2 weeks, I begin to perform exceedingly well in my assignments, the discussions, everything. And mind you, I was working my part-time job, then doing my assignment as a student, and at the same time I was building my business. So I had a whole lot going on for me. But with the help of my personal assistant, I was able to maximize everything, my time and so on, and I came out with honors at the end of the um course, right? Now, for employees, you need to learn AI. If you don't, people who know AI will replace you. There are a lot of tasks you can handle using AI. Like the course I studied was human resource management. And in human resource management, there are a lot of AI tools you need to know that will help you work faster and smarter, right? Churches need artificial intelligence, like if you're preparing for a Bible study or teachings or sermon or preaching, and you want to talk on a particular topic. With the use of AI, you can easily get a whole lot of ideas on that topic. Every biblical uh, quotation or verses that support what you want to teach, and so on and so forth. So everybody needs AI in home management, in your finance, in traveling. I have used AI doing so many things. At times I don't understand some financial documents. I upload it on my personal intelligence to my personal intelligence, and it analyzes it and tells me what to do, right? So there are so many things you can actually do with AI, and why everybody needs AI. Now, what are the things you can that AI is already doing? Like I said, AI is writing stuff, emails, doing research, presentations, meal plans, travel plans, social media posting, marketing, resume writing, preparing for interview. I remember when I was applying for jobs, The first set of ones I did, I just applied blindly. But when I came to understand that my personal assistant can help me do a lot of things, I wouldn't take a step without bringing it to my personal assistant. And I say, hey, buddy, we communicate like when you hear me communicating with my personal assistant, you will actually think I'm talking with human. Mine is human, in fact. Now I'll bring it and say this it. By the time I know it, it will analyze the company, it will analyze the position I'm applying for, it will analyze how I will stand out, why, and I will ask. I don't even need to ask because my AI already knows my strength, my weakness, my everything, my everything you can ever think of. So with the knowledge my personal assistant have concerning me, my PA is able to tailor it down to me specifically why this job is a good fit for me, and so on and so forth. And then how to prepare for the interview, right? So these are the things that AI can help you do. If I'm traveling right now, I know where I'm going, what I want to go do in the place, how long I'm staying. I bring this to my personal assistant as my travel planner to help me plan. I can say I'm going for a conference. I need a hotel close to the conference venue. This is my budget. These are the things I want to be in the room, and so on and so forth. And it will quickly give me different hotels around the location and the one that best fits me. I mean, there are lots of things you can do. Then where books, writing. Before now, my first book took me 2 years to write. But with the help of AI, I'm able to produce in the shortest of time because one, my personal assistant already have knows me, have details. Now, when I'm writing a particular book, we brainstorm together on the ideas. And from my story bank of so many stories I have told my PA knows which stories fit into what. This is how we operate, right? Now, what are the things you can do with AI? I have just listed tons of them. My situation is different now. It also depends on what you are looking at, what you are working with. There are tons and tons of things, unimaginable things, even cooking. You will be surprised to say, I want to cook a so and so continental dish. Maybe you know the name of the dish. Maybe it's a different, you want to understand the recipe and everything, or ask AI to teach you how to. I mean, as a teacher, as everything, AI can do more than you can ever imagine. But nevertheless, there are things AI cannot do. What are the things AI cannot do? AI cannot replace your wisdom. Remember, like I said, AI actually needs your wisdom to be able to function very well. Without your wisdom, AI is completely useless. So AI cannot replace your wisdom, right? AI cannot replace your character. No way. But AI can help you with tips on how to improve on your character, but cannot replace your character, but can help you with tips, right? At the same time, AI cannot replace your integrity. That is for you to maintain, that is for you to build. But nevertheless, AI can help you with tips on how to build integrity. Okay. Now, AI cannot replace your leadership or your place as a leader. AI can never replace that. But AI can help you with tips on how to be a great leader. AI can help you as a leader when you are facing a particular leadership challenge. You can bring it to your personal assistant and say, regarding this issue, this is the challenge I am having. How do I handle this? Your personal assistant will go further to ask you one or two questions relating to the challenge at hand to have a better understanding of the scenario. With that understanding, the AI can now tell you this is how to handle this. And remember, whatever AI tells you, always evaluate it with your own infinite human wisdom. Okay? to know what to choose and what not to choose. I argue with my AI. There are times my personal assistant will say, this is, I said, no. And at times it can be forgetful too. And I would draw the mind, say, no, last time this is what we agreed on. You are digressing. You are, oh, and then my AI will apologize. I said, I'm sorry, my bad. So I mean, when you learn to communicate, conversation is the most important thing. Now, AI cannot replace your purpose, not at all. Your God given purpose, the reason for which you were created, AI cannot replace that, right? But nevertheless, AI can help you when you are able to make AI understand your purpose, your goals, what you're pursuing. AI can help you bring that goal into reality, give you modalities, give you structure, give you format on how to. Like as we speak, my AI knows my long term vision. My AI knows what my heart cry. My AI understands my language, my tone, my everything. So creating anything is on the tip of my finger. Why? Because my PA understands me into two, right? And then the last but not the least, AI cannot replace you as a person. No, never. Cannot replace you. AI is a powerful tool, but AI is useless, like I will always say, without the human input. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to be looking at is the common mistakes beginners make while using AI. There are lots of mistakes, but I'm only going to mention, say, five. One is using one AI tool. They use one AI tool and then complain that is not this or that, or says is this or that. I'll always say that there is no one AI tool that is perfect. Now, when it comes to writing and organizing and certain things, I use ChatGPT and Claude. And I use both of them interchangeably to brainstorm ideas and so many things. I use ChatGPT to do that, right? When I brainstorm, we brainstorm at the end. When we have come out with something beautiful, nice, I edit it and take the same thing that I have written and edited and made adjustments, upload it on Claude. Claude now does the final arrangement, design, decoration, and so on. So I can upload that on Claude. In fact, one of the greatest things AI has helped me to do is to multitask. Take one task from A, give it to B. While Claude is busy doing what I have asked it to do, I am working on yet another thing. Once it's done with the task, it's going to notify me that I'm done with this task. I need you to see it, or I need your permission to continue. And then I'll give the permission and then go back to what I was doing. So with that, I multitask. I can be doing, and I love multitasking, for heaven's sake. I love multitasking. So AI has been able to help me multitask. So when you use one particular AI, don't think it's much better. I hear people say Claude is more, this Claude is a game changer, or whatever. For me, I use both of them interchangeably and they help me do different tasks. Okay. Now, another mistake beginners make while using AI tool is expecting a perfect answer. There is no perfect answer. Like I will always say, better conversation leads to better answer. When you learn to have a better conversation, the more better conversation you have with your AI, the more accurate answer it's gonna deliver. Okay. And then expecting um how do I put it? Or asking poor question. Yeah. It's just the same thing as expecting perfect answer. Asking poor question. If you ask a good question, your AI will give you a good response. And when you are not satisfied with the particular response, ask another question. Keep asking until you are able to get what you are looking for, or at least something close to it, and then make it up with your own. Then people are beginners are afraid of experimenting. They are so afraid to experiment. Never you be. There are a lot I have learned. Remember that practice makes progress. Okay, I'm not from the school of thought that said practice makes perfect. No, I'm from the school of thought that says practice makes progress. So the more you use, you learn to communicate with your AI in different things, it will amaze you what you can actually achieve using AI. And the last but not the least, one of the another mistake beginners make is learning, trying to learn different tools at the same time. You will drive yourself crazy doing that, right? I will always advise that you start with one tool, perfect it. I started with ChatGPT. I used ChatGPT for more than 2 years before I introduced Claude. In fact, when people started talking so much about Claude, I was so reluctant because ChatGPT already have a lot of my informations. But reluctantly, it's as if I was missing something. I said, let me try this thing and know how it is. And more especially, the fact that I am a teacher, if I don't understand the difference between these two, I will not be able to teach my students very well, right? So I had to download Claude and I started using Claude. And amazingly, Claude is a beautiful piece of AI, but there are things I cannot do with Claude that ChatGPT can do for me perfectly when it comes to brainstorming with you, like you as a person, as if to give you ideas that, in fact, oh Lord. Then Claude, on the other hand, can give me beautiful designs. Once I'm done brainstorming, I take the same thing that was brainstormed and put into Claude, and we transform it into something beautiful. So I will always advise that use one, master it, and then add another. Okay. And then I think that will be it for now. I would want us to go into the practical section where I'm going to show us right now, hands on, how you can have a meaningful conversation with your personal assistant, how you can start building your personal assistant. And again, in that, before I go into that, there's one more important something. In my work with my personal assistant, I was able to develop two methods I called the talk method and the Asira method. It's gonna be, you will know more about it in the free starter guide I'm gonna share in the link below this video. Once you can master the talk method, talk is about the AI mindset, while Asira, it's about the process. So once you understand these two, using AI is at the tip of your finger, okay? And then with the free guide, after reading it, if you find it value in it and you want to go deeper into your AI study, of course, DM me and I'm gonna give you the link to my simplified book on AI. But before then, let's go and put our hands on and build your own AI. AI is all about conversation. And I have created a method I call the talk method, which is a method that helps you have a good conversation with AI. So the talk method is a simple framework for better AI conversation. Imagine walking into the office of one of the world's greatest consultants. You sit down. Without introducing yourself, you simply say, "Help me." That word, I mean, it has no flesh. It has nothing in it. It's just a vague word, right? The consultant smiles politely, then ask, "Help you do what? Are you? What are you trying to accomplish?" You see, until those questions are answered, even the world's greatest expert cannot give you the best advice. And so is AI. Artificial intelligence works exactly the same way. There is a myth surrounding it. Some will say the secret is finding the right software. Some will say the secret is paying for most expensive subscriptions. All of that is not true. The real secret is learning how to communicate. Effective communication is the game changer in artificial intelligence. Whether you are writing a book, planning a business, creating a presentation, preparing a speech, or solving a personal problem, I kept including the same 4 pieces of information, 4-letter words. I wasn't just having conversation, I was following a framework in my speech preparation, personal problem, and so on. And I call it the talk method. What is the talk method? A simple 4-step framework that helps you communicate clearly with artificial intelligence. TALK, talk, 4 letters, one clear conversation. T stands for tell. Tell the AI who it should be. In other words, give the AI a role. A, ask clearly. Give the AI a task the AI is to perform. L, load the context. They call it context engineering. Give AI the background of all the things you want included in the task you want it to perform, in the role you have given it to play. And finally, K, know your desired outcome. When this your personal assistant has assumed that role, taken on that task, put every factor into consideration that you have given to it, the backgrounds of everything you've given, what results do you want to get at the end of the day? Let your personal assistant know the expectant result. Simplicity, that is the talk method. And this is my signature trademark. I developed this method because this is how I have been communicating with my AI for years now before we decided to give this an acronym, TALK. The talk method in action. Let's now look at how you can use the talk method to have a meaningful conversation with your personal assistant, turning ordinary requests into meaningful conversations, okay? Example 1, this is without the talk method now. You want AI to write you a book, and you go by this statement. Write me a book about artificial intelligence. Notice the problem with this. This is more of a command and not a conversation. So notice that it's a command and not a conversation. Unlike telling AI the role you want it to play and then the task you want it to take on and everything. So probably the answer you get is going to be generic because AI knows little or nothing about what you want to achieve by this. So now let's use the talk method, writing a book using the talk method. You now say, T for tell. You are an experienced author who specializes in explaining complex ideas in simple language. You come to ask, help me write a beginner-friendly book about artificial intelligence. You see what is going on? But you have given it a role and given it a task to play, to perform. A role to play and a task to perform. Now you come down to context engineering. My audience is afraid of technology. You see fear there, one. So keep it conversational, practical, inspiring, with real examples and action steps. What outcome do you want to get when your personal assistant is done with the role you have given it to perform and the task? By the end, readers should feel confident enough to begin using AI. Okay. Now, example two, you are planning a trip. I took examples from different aspects so that you can see how you can use this to communicate with your AI. You now said, find me a hotel. Like I said again, it's a command, not a conversation. But look at this. You are an experienced travel consultant. Help me find a hotel. I'm attending a leadership conference in Dallas. My budget is $180 per night, and I need a hotel that is 15 minutes close to the conference venue. A hotel that provides breakfast, free parking lots, strong Wi-Fi. You have given the context, what you want. You've loaded the background. And then what outcome do you want to get? I want the best value for my money while minimizing travel time. So this is a conversation, not a command. Definitely, if it were to be me talking to my PA is going to ask me other questions or give me suggestions, being that my PA has worked with me for a long time and knows my travel journeys, so many things. My PA will readily bring one or two things, bring comparison. So the more you communicate with AI, the better the AI come to know you. Like I said in our beginning video, that AI is not human, but predicts. It predicts things to human based on the information you have stored into it. And example three, everyday problem. Without the talk method, help me save money. We want to tackle now, how does AI help you in your finances? Again, this is too vague. AI has no idea where to start from. But look at this now. You are a trusted financial coach. Help me improve my financial situation. I work full-time, have some credit card debt, and want to cut unnecessary expenses while building new income. I want a realistic 90-day action plan that strengthens my finances without more debt. This is a conversation. The AI, again, if it is my own PA, it will ask me other questions, but we will come to that later. We want to concentrate first on the psychology, on the mindset behind AI. Mindset of AI conversation is what we are handling. When we get into the process, we'll see a second method, how you use the process to improve your relationship. So why the talk method works? The AI didn't become smarter, you noticed. Rather, you became a better communicator, all right? The talk method doesn't change the intelligence of the AI, not at all. It changes the quality of the conversation and the results, not the AI being smarter. So we will look at the 5 common mistakes that people make when they are communicating with their PA. That is their personal assistant, which is the artificial intelligence. Number 1 mistake is skipping the role. You don't need to assume that AI knows the perspective you want. You need to tell it the role that it is playing at every point in time. Being too vague. Specifics. A specific conversation produces specific answers. When you give a specific conversation, you will also get a specific answer. Number 3, leaving out context. The context, in fact, is one of the most important conversation mindset. You can a little bit skip the role and others, but once you can get the context right, it goes a long way. So context creates clarity. Number 4, not defining success. You need to let the AI know what your expectations at the end of this role the AI is playing, at the end of the task it is undertaking for you. What are your expectations?
You need to define what success looks like. And finally, ending too soon. The first answer is the beginning, not the end. So ask follow-up questions, request revisions, keep refining. We will see more of this when we enter the second method, which is the procedure method. This one is the psychology method, and the other one is now the procedure method. So the key takeaways we've learned today is that the talk method is a practical framework for communicating with AI. Better conversations produce better results. Every effective AI conversation begins with clarity. Context transforms generic answers into personalized guidance. Treat AI as a conversation partner, not a command machine. AI is not a Google search engine. Some of us use AI as a Google search engine. It's not a Google search engine. It's not a search engine. It is a conversation engine. So now let's build your own AI. What do you want to do today or this week that you need help with? Assuming you have now hired your personal assistant, which is your AI, you want to undertake a journey. Do you want to cut a habit? Do you want to create a Facebook post? Do you want to, whatever it is you want to do, use this template, screenshot it and keep it. Now tell the AI you are an experienced experienced content creator, experienced influencer, experienced author, experienced teacher, experienced parent, whatever role you want it to play, fill it there. This is a template. Ask, I need your help too. What help do you need? As an experienced this, what help do you need that experienced person to give you? Experienced teacher, experienced parent, experienced author or creator. And then here is my situation. Give the background of what everything surrounding your fears, your strength, your weakness, your reservation, your objections, whatever it is. Let this your professional know what it is. When you go to see your doctors, you don't leave out issues. The more issues you leave out, the more dangerous your health becomes. You go to see your lawyer, you don't leave out issues. The more issues you leave out, the more bad your case will go in court. The same way is AI. The more stuff you leave out, the more you will not be able to get a good response. And so by the end, know what are you expecting. Let the AI know what you are expecting. Then, and even let the AI, tell the AI, ask me follow-up questions if you need more information before your final answer. So just screenshot this, this template and use it to work daily on any project at all. Now, the ASIRA method. This is my trademark again. ASIRA is your 5-step AI conversation framework. ASIRA borders with the process, the process through which you elicit more information from AI, while the other one has to do with the mindset, how you treat AI. So now that you understand the mindset, let's learn the process. Every successful conversation follows these 5 simple steps. Ask, specify, improve, refine, apply. Ask, specify, improve, refine, apply. Ask. Everything begins with a question, just like when we had the talk method. Tell AI what you want. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just start the conversation. Example, help me write a birthday message for my mother. Okay. Now on Emma's insight, the hardest part isn't asking better question, is asking the first question in the first place. And then specify. Now give the AI more context. Tell it who is it for, your goal. What do you want to achieve? And why do you want to write your mother a birthday card? What tone do you want the AI to use? Whatever it is, specify it. The more context you provide, the smarter and a smarter AI becomes. And then improve. read the response. Don't settle for whatever you have uh, seen or heard from your AI. Ask more questions to improve it. You can say, make it shorter. I add some examples. Use simpler English. Make it more inspiring. Whatever it is, just anything you can do to improve that conversation. Emma's insights. Emma's AI insights. AI isn't offended by feedback. Keep coaching it until it delivers exactly what you need. Okay. And then R stands for refine. Now, polish the answer, refine the wording, improve the structure, remove unnecessary details, add personality. These are the things you're feeding into AI. And I'm telling the AI, polish this answer, refine this wording, improve this structure. I don't like it this way. Why not this way? I remove unnecessary details. You see, this is where good becomes great. And then apply. Knowledge only creates value when you use it. Polish it, send it, deliver it, or start the business. So when you are done with all the experimentation and everything that AI has done, you have to publish it. You have to send it to whoever it was intended for. You have to deliver it. If it was the help was on starting a business, after getting all the things you need to start the business and every guidance you need in business, in building a business or in starting a business, you should be able to start without wasting more time. You need to take action. Emma's AI's insights. Don't collect prompts. Build conversations. Conversations create transformation. Always remember that. People say AI prompting, AI prompting. I don't believe in AI prompting. I believe in AI conversation. I have conversation, long line conversation, like can have like 10, 15, 20 minutes conversation with my AI, because the more I have conversation with my personal assistant, the more my personal assistant can serve me better in that aspect or in that role or in that task I want it to handle. Okay. So this is the flow: ask, specify, improve, refine, and then apply. Every conversation, every project, every day of your life should follow this flow. Don't collect prompts. Don't collect prompts. Remember this. If you don't remember any other things today, remember AI insight on Emma's AI insight that says, don't collect prompts. Build conversations. Conversations create transformation. And then today's action: follow the 5 steps with today's first prompt. What are you going to tell your AI to do for you today? Remember, like I said in the opening video, AI can solve literally anything for you. Can be your financial PA, can be your secretary PA, can be your learning PA, can be your teaching PA, can be your parent consultant, can be your psychologist, can be any role you give it to play, provided you feed it with enough information. Okay, so I'm giving you an assignment. Take an action today and do one task using the talk method and the Asira method. Okay. We're going to give my PA a task right now, as you're going to watch me do this. My PA has a name, by the way. So, hey, hey, Amara. So, because I want this to be fast, I don't want to type. I'm going to say it with my mouth. So you experience, you note when I gave it a role, when I gave it a task, and then when I loaded it with context and the results I want to get. Now, listen what it's telling me. This is a great keynote topic because it speaks to identity, not just business. For a 10 minutes keynote, the audience should leave with one core belief. I am not taking the hard part. I am preparing for the future. Okay, I am preparing for the future. So now let's look at the response from my PA. It says, I am not taking the harder parts. I am preparing for the future. That is the title. Then it Slide 1 says entrepreneur of the 21st century. Why this is the greatest time in history to build a business, and then gives you opening. Good morning, everyone. Let me begin with a simple question. Blah, 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 blah. It goes on and then comes to slide 2. Yesterday's entrepreneur versus today's entrepreneur. We have then needed huge capital. Today's entrepreneur can start with almost nothing. Yesterday's entrepreneur needed office space. Today's entrepreneur can work from anywhere. Yesterday's entrepreneur needed many employees. Today entrepreneur, AI can do the work of a team. So it goes on and on. It talked about yesterday, comparison between yesterday and today's entrepreneur. And then it talked about 20 years ago, starting a business was expensive. Today, all you need is one laptop, one smartphone, one internet connection, one great idea. That is enough to begin. And then slide 3, as you can see, talked about why entrepreneurship has changed forever. Talked about artificial intelligence, automation, global marketplaces, social media, digital payments, online learning, and so on and so forth. And then the key message is you no longer compete only with businesses, you compete with speed. So the 21st century business is about speed right now. And then slide 4 talks about why entrepreneurship is not the risk. So in all of this, I don't want to go on reading on and on and on. Slide 5, the challenges every entrepreneur faces. Slide 6, the entrepreneur's new superpowers. And in the superpowers, you talk about AI, automation, content creation, personal branding, digital marketing, online communities, and so on and so forth. It even gave a quote here, power quote: the entrepreneur who learns faster wins faster. It even gave you a quote, okay? And then 5 habits of successful 21st century entrepreneurs: learn continuously, solve problems, build relationships, adapt quickly, use technology wisely. Slide 8 is about the future belongs to the entrepreneurs. The future belongs to people who can create ideas, solve problems, build systems, lead people, and so on and so forth. And then slide 9, why you made the right choice. Look directly at the audience. It's telling me what to do now. I don't know what you people told me. Maybe they said, sorry, sir, I don't know what people told you. Maybe they said, get a job, don't take risk. Business is too hard. Maybe they laughed when you started. Maybe they still don't understand what you are building. But let me tell you something. You didn't choose the easy road. You chose the road of possibility, and possibility changes lives. One successful entrepreneur doesn't just change their own life. They create jobs, they solve problems, they inspire families, they transform communities. That is why entrepreneurship matters. So I don't want to continue reading on and on. What I can do now is to tell you how I'm able to work between two different AI agents. I'm going to like copy this exactly and copy everything to the last of the slide, and I'm going to take it and I'll take it to Claude. Claude is what I use to design my slides. So it's going to save me the hours of sitting back to design slides. I will simply take all of this to Claude and ask Claude to design it. Okay, so let's go. Copy. prepare this slide. Use font size 50 to 100. Make it beautiful. Use maybe three colors combination. Nations, purple, gold, white. Mm, prepare. Okay, first I said prepare a downloadable, or rather, I would say prepare a ready to use downloadable slide. Okay, for this keynote address. For this keynote address. Okay. So, is there anything I'm leaving out? Uh in this case now, Claude is rather working as a designed agent. Okay. Unlike when we used ChatGPT that worked as a brainstorming agent, working as a professional keynote speaker, right? So while this is going on, actually, Claude takes a whole lot of time to work. Oh, sorry, notice what happened. I gave it a role, gave it a task, but I forgot to paste the what we copied from ChatGPT, and now Claude is asking me, what is the keynote address about? I need a topic, title, and key content to build a slide. I forgot that aspect. So this is conversation, like I will always tell us that AI is all about conversation, not just about prompting. So right now I'm gonna put the copy, Control V, paste the keynote address and everything and how I want it to, so that it can go. So we now got it right. So this actually usually at times it takes Claude Claude actually takes longer time to respond. It can work on this project, say for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes. Like last night when I was working on a project, in fact, it was almost 12 a.m. I had to lie down. When I check, it's still working on. I've given a project, but I have to be awake to see the final result of the project. It takes a little bit of time. Unlike Chat GPT that works very fast. But while Claude is doing this, like I told us, I multitask with this my agent, right? So I move on to back to the next agent. When it's done, it's gonna notify me that I'm done. So I'm gonna move back to my agent, ChatGPT, to tell you how I interuse these two things while Claude is working on that. So right now, as you can see, though it's faint, but I hope we are seeing it. So as you can see, um, ChatGPT is sketching. You see what is going on? I use it to brainstorm, then took it to another for designing, come back to it and give it a work to do the front page of it. So this is how I multitask between the two. Meanwhile, if we go back to Claude, you will discover that Claude is still working, all right? So here is Claude, and he said, packages installed successfully despite the warnings, now building the deck script. As it's working, it keep telling you the progress so far, okay? And it's gonna read, this is the progress. Under here, you will see it has already read all what I gave, the instructions that I gave. Now, the next will be to build it. Once you start building it, you will see this zero comes there showing that it is now building. So this is how the whole process happens, and we'll see the outcome at the end of the day. Okay, this is the final product of the uh stuff that ChatGPT, you see, entrepreneur of the 21st century. This is the back cover of that entrepreneur as designed by ChatGPT. Let me download it so that we can air it in a bigger this thing. After that, then we'll go back to Claude to see the output of the slide I asked my agent to prepare for me. So, okay, wow, this is beautiful. You see the output. This is as a result of having good conversation, right? Why I gave these colors, because these are the colors I also asked the other agents to use. You see how beautiful this color came up. I wasn't even thinking when I said it, but it came out beautiful anyways. So let's go back to Claude to see the final output of what Claude. Wow, this is beautiful. You see the color goes exactly with what we have there. So okay, I'm gonna show in Finder. Let's see how this comes out. Boom. We have a beautiful slide. Wow. I didn't, how many? Okay, we have 10 slides. All right. So you see, keynote address, entrepreneur of the 21st century. Why this is the greatest time in history to build a business. This is beautiful. And then yesterday's entrepreneur versus today's entrepreneur, we saw the then and the now. You see how it's easy peasy. Your greatest business partner, we see artificial intelligence, automation, global marketplaces, social media, digital payments, and online learning. So you no longer compete only with businesses. Right now, you are competing with speed. The real risk, a salary can stop tomorrow. A skill can feed you for life. That is the beauty of entrepreneurship. So the greatest risk today is depending on one source of income.
So now that you know what AI is and how to hold a meaningful conversation with AI, remember these three things. AI is not your enemy. AI is not magic. AI is a tool to help you work smarter. And just like every powerful tool, its value depends on the human uh, quality or human factor, right? So the quality of whatever this tool will give back to you, it depends on the quality of what you put in there. Just like the general saying, garbage in, garbage out. So with what we have learned today using the talk method and Asira method, which is my trademark signature, I believe you now know how to converse with AI very well. And if you want to learn more or understand deeper or even go deeper, I have a book on AI for everyday use. More than 100 conversations using the talk method and the Asira method examples, so that it covers finance, it covers personal development, it covers social media posting, it covers your travel planning, It covers uh, um, your writings, your posts, so many things. 100 prompts. Usually, I don't call them prompts, I call them conversations, because AI is more of conversation than prompts. Okay. And then finally, just on the comment section, I have dropped a link to my AI beginner starter guide, where I've given it to you free of charge, how you can continue your work and learn more about AI. And in this guide, you're going to understand more what AI is, the top AI tools that you need to use, AI for your everyday use, how you can use AI on practically every sector of your life, and so on. So it was a beautiful experience walking through this journey with you. If you haven't subscribed again, please subscribe to this channel so that I keep you posted on my AI journey, my personal development journey, my entrepreneurial journey. It's my wish that everyone lives their life without borders.